When we think of 18th century satire, one name towers above the rest: Jonathan Swift. Born in Dublin in 1667, Swift was educated at Kilkenny Grammar School and Trinity College, Dublin. Asked in exam. Born in Dublin in 1667. Born in Dublin in 1667, Swift was educated at Kilkenny Grammar. Swift was educated at Kilkenny Grammar and Trinity College, Dublin. Asked in exam. In 1695, he was ordained in the Church of Ireland. Asked in exam. And eventually became Dean of St. Patrick's Cathedral, earning the enduring nickname Dean Swift. Swift was both a clergyman and a political pamphleteer. He wrote first for the Whigs, then shifted to the Tories, and his writings reveal how deeply politics, religion, and satire were entangled in his age. Master of both Horatian wit and Juvenalian sharpness, Swift often wrote under playful pseudonyms Lemuel Gulliver, Isaac Bickerstaff, and M.B. Drapier. His most famous works include A Tale of a Tub in 1704, asked in exam, An Argument Against Abolishing Christianity in 1712, asked in exam, Gulliver's Travels in 1726, asked in exam, and The Biting a Modest Proposal in 1729, asked in exam. Swift also contributed one of the most memorable satires of the ancient and modern quarrel, a debate that shook intellectual Europe. His Battle of the Books, published in 1704, satirized this very dispute. Asked in exam. The quarrel asked, were the ancients like Virgil, Cicero, Homer, and especially Aristotle already complete in their wisdom? Asked in exam. Or had modern thinkers surpassed them with new discoveries? Temple Swift's patron argued in 1690 that moderns were like dwarfs standing on the shoulders of giants, asked in exam, able to see further only by relying on ancient wisdom. That example Swift dramatized this quarrel in the King's Library at St. James's Palace, turning the books of ancient and modern authors into warriors battling for supremacy. This battle itself has become a symbol of the feud between ancients and moderns, asked in exam. Here's the golden detail. Swift added an allegory of the spider and the bee, asked in exam. The spider, swollen with vanity, boasts of weaving webs from its own substance, representing the moderns who spin theories out of themselves. The bee, on the other hand, gathers from nature's flowers and transforms it into useful honey, symbolizing the ancients who draw from tradition and enrich the world. Swift's lesson is clear. True value comes from nature and tradition, not self-spun pride. And remember, this was not just a literary quarrel. It reflected deeper intellectual tensions of the age between reverence for tradition and faith in modern progress. In England, the miniature version of this debate had already taken place in 1690, when Temple defended ancient learning against Fontenelle's modern claims in Of Ancient and Modern Learning, asked in exam. Swift's satire, therefore, is both a defense of the ancients and a critique of modern arrogance. When we think of Edmund Burke, we often remember the politician, the long-serving Whig, who sat in Parliament from 1766 to 1794, defending institutions, religion, and tradition as the glue of a stable society. His reflections on the revolution in France from 1790 remains a classic conservative warning against revolutionary excess. His philosophical enquiry into the origin of our ideas of the sublime and the beautiful was published in 1757, asked in exam. This text laid the groundwork for Romanticism by redefining how we understand beauty and sublimity. Burke drew a clear distinction between the two. The beautiful, he argued, is what is small, smooth, delicate, graceful qualities that inspire love, calmness, and delight. Its formal cause is love itself, its effect is the calming of nerves, and its ultimate end lies in divine providence. The sublime, on the other hand, overwhelms us with awe, fear, and even terror. It arises from vastness, obscurity, infinity, and magnificence. Its cause is fear, its effect is the tension of the nerves, and its final cause is humanity's confrontation with forces greater than itself. Think of Milton's Paradise Lost, where nature and God's power are described with terrifying grandeur. This distinction was strikingly original. Instead of seeing beauty as harmony, proportion, or perfection, the old classical model Burke rooted aesthetics in the psychology and physiology of human perception. Can you recall why this mattered for Romanticism? Because while neoclassicism elevated beauty and balance, the Romantics turned to the sublime, celebrating wild landscapes, storms, mountains, and the terrifying majesty of nature. Burke gave them the vocabulary to do so. His theory also caught the attention of thinkers like Denis Diderot and Immanuel Kant. While Kant criticized him for not fully explaining the mind's deeper processes, Burke's distinction between beauty and the sublime became a cornerstone of modern aesthetics.